The lane selection out here in these backcountry roads is a challenge, because I'd like to be further out to the right, but a lot of these driveways have gravel, and it makes it out onto the road, and especially in a curve, I don't want to hit them. But then you have cars coming around the corners that sometimes you blind spot, so you want to be further to the right, but you don't want to be too right because of the holes and gravel. This road in particular has a lot of little rutty lanes. You might not be able to tell them from the road, but from the video, but the road, like your tire will shake in a lot of these little things. When it gets into some of these grooves, you'll feel it like hot. Kind of twitch out of them. So this is the road I was saying. I just did a loop basically from where I started the video. And this whole area here, back in here, is what I've gone around, all the way around there. So I've made some comments in some forums, maybe on this video, that I really like this Indian and I like the red lighting at night. I thought it would look cool, but I'm having trouble reading it. And then somebody in the forums was like, well, you must be colorblind, or you may be colorblind. And I know I'm not colorblind, but I know that I had LASIK eye surgery about 20 years ago, had 20/10 vision coming out of that, and did for many years. And then, man, just a year or two ago, age-related vision loss from reading has really hit me. And I just decided to go get an eye exam recently, and I know I'm not colorblind from that because they tested it. But I came out without my glasses and kind of looked at this, which to me is not reading vision necessarily. But in my garage with the lights off, except just for the bike at night, I put on these new glasses I ordered, and I could see it a lot better. It was pretty crisp. Now that's not the same as being in a helmet and riding down the road, and it's been too cold to test it. And I've tried wearing sunglasses a couple times inside helmets, and I didn't like it at all. These helmets weren't really made for it. But if I get these glasses where I like them, I might order a prescription unbreakable. I don't want glass shards going in my eye if I have an unfortunate accident. So I'm gonna bring those glasses out one night. Looks like we got a slow poke here. Just for reference, speed limit is 55 here. We're going 44. Big Mercury marquee, it looks like up there. Some of you on my channel know this story because it's about a family member, but my grandfather used to drive a big Mercury marquee. I'm not sure that's what that is now. That might be a Ford version, I don't know. But my grandfather drove a Mercury marquee. And one day, when I was in Richmond, Virginia, where he lived for work, he lived there, and I was visiting for work. It was early in the morning. I was going to work, and this 4-lane road, and on our 2 lanes, man, the right lane was just not moving at all, and I was getting a little impatient. And I got my way up like Richard Petty style up in the left lane, but just managed to miss the light. And the person that caused me to catch that red light in my morning commute was now to my right. And what were they driving? A Mercury marquee. And I look over, and it's my grandfather. And I honk my horn, and he rolls his window down, and I said, "Hey there." Called grandfather's Big Daddy in my family. I said, "Hey there, Big Daddy." And we exchanged pleasantries, and I said, "Hey, you know you got a line of people behind you kind of wanting to get up the road." And he said, "They can keep on honking. I'm not going any faster." And when that light turned green, I don't even think I accelerated hard. I just accelerated. And I look back, he's still sitting there. He gradually kind of got up the road. It's kind of how I feel right now with this car. I told that story when we eulogized my grandfather. I told that story. Again, some of you were at that event and have heard this, that I never heard him cuss, never really saw him lose his temper, never heard him really get angry, and lived, I'm gonna get mad at myself that I might get this wrong. I think he and I shared a birthday. I think it was 97 when he died, and always pretty spry and humming a song. Kind of puts things in perspective, especially to my own parenting style is not the same. I asked his son, my father, if he was like that as his dad. Do you remember him the way we remember him? Never heard him angry, never saw him cuss, never took a drink, never smoked. My cousins gave us similar eulogies as well, and my dad's comment was everything we said was accurate, and the only time his dad got angry with him, I don't even think it was angry. It was, my recollection was my dad had said something to his mother, and my grandfather was reading the newspaper, and he folded the paper down and said, "Don't talk to your mother that way." And my dad said he never did again, as I recall the story. And that was about it. Could your children say the same thing? I know mine can't, unfortunately.